Hi guys, I'm Estelle Kistner and I'm a marketing major and a sustainability studies minor. And today we're going to go through my informational interview and explore some insights and lessons that I learned from two professionals. So I believe that one of the most important questions to ask yourself before pursuing a position is, where will I thrive? And for me, this is connected to both the location, but also the values and what the company stands for. And location is really important to me because I'm from Sweden and I already spend about a third of the year in Sweden. And so I don't want to pursue a position that will require me to be in a third location or country. And as for the values, I believe that we become like the people that we're surrounded by, and I want to be surrounded by people who value the environment and see business in a more holistic way. My interest lies in sustainability, product development, and ESG investing. I would love to work at a sustainable startup company, preferably one that focuses on solving food waste or fast fashion, or a company that focuses on clean energy. And I would love to do the product development or the marketing side of that. And then my most recent interest is ESG investing, which is basically clean investing. That interest was spiked during the stock market crash in March, as I began to invest in a couple of clean energy companies, which has been really thrilling and exciting. Paige Palleva is a supply chain analyst at Reformation, and the lesson that I learned from her was the importance of networking and developing thick skin. And Patrik Eriksson, he's the president at Noble Biocare, and the lesson I learned from him was the importance of lifting others and being authentic. So Paige Palleva, she's a supply chain analyst at Reformation, and my rationale for choosing her was because she worked at a company that I really respected and admired, since they focus on transparency and lifting other women and being overall sustainable. And I also wanted to get more insight from a young professional, and I found her through LinkedIn. And a little bit about the company is that they're a sustainable fashion brand for women, and they design and manufacture limited edition pieces with sustainable methods and materials. So they use dead stock materials, they use organic materials, or vintage garments. And a little bit about working there is that the attire is very business casual but more fashionable, and the location is downtown LA, and it's pretty cool because her office space is right next to the manufacturing plant and the warehouse, so they're all in the same building, which really shows how transparent the company is, because Paige can see the people sewing as she is doing the analyzing. And the skills you need for this position include problem solving, attention to detail, hard skills, for example, Excel and Tableau, and she also touched on the importance of knowing a lot about sustainability, even though you're working with analytics. And the responsibilities of her include analyze data to ensure targeted supply chain KPIs are met, and implementing standard order procedures to codify departments, and then mining data. And this includes looking at data and trying to figure out what aspects need to be improved in the company. So for instance, lead time or the quality. As she said, it's basically like putting together a puzzle, and that's why the problem solving and the attention to detail are key. So the lessons I learned from her was networking, and she said that it was through networking that she got her internship at Revolve, which was her prior position, and then that position took her to her current position. So she encouraged me to reach out to positions that I really want to pursue down the road, and not be afraid to go up and talk to the president and introduce myself to him of the company that I'm going to be part of in the future. And then she also talked about developing thick skin. In fashion, there's a lot of criticism, and she said to not take it too personally, but instead take it as an opportunity to grow and to better yourself. And I would love to work here, mainly because it aligns with my values and my passions, but also because I love problem solving, so I would definitely be interested in this position. And I think some of the next steps for me are getting a internship at a sustainable startup so that I can start making those networking connections, which will take me to the next level. And my second interviewee was Patrik Eriksson, and he's the president at the publicly traded company Noble Biocare. And my rationale for choosing him was that he's from Sweden. He lives in Orange County, and his work headquarters are in Switzerland. So it's really interesting to see how he could balance all those locations. And I also wanted to learn from someone who's been in the business field for quite some while. And he's a family friend. So Noble Biocare is a world leader in the field of innovative implant-based dental restorations. And so they manufacture dental implants and crowns and bridges, and they also develop scanners and softwares for the dental professionals. And he said that it's business casual dressing or attire, and it's just a traditional office space. So the skills that you need for this position include communication, leadership, and doing well under pressure. And he said that the doing well under pressure is extremely important because as the president, you need to instill a sense of hope and also be the grounding, the calming point of the company, because this will wear off on the employees, and the company as a whole will be able to approach problems in a calm and collected manner. And he also said that flexibility is key because you never know what's around the corner, and that's really what Corona has proven. And his responsibilities include visiting and reviewing manufacturing plants, internal and external communication with employees and customers, and he spends 80% of time traveling. So the lesson I learned from him was the importance of lifting others. So this includes investing in them and finding out what drives them and what they want to accomplish in their careers, because when you show engagement in their lives and in their desires, they will be more motivated to pour into the company. And then the second lesson was to be authentic. And he said that if you're leading other people, you have to be yourself, because that will encourage them to be themselves, and it will just create a more welcoming, better way of doing business. And my assessment of the company is no, I would not want to work here, and that is because I'm not interested in the dental field. But I would be interested in this position because of the flexibility with the countries, and because I think it would really challenge me. And it's not something that I'm interested in pursuing anytime soon, but down the road. And I think the next steps for this would be to work at a company for a couple years and then get a mentor to guide me through the process and perhaps pursue an MBA. So first, reviewing the interviewees, we had Paige, Palleva, and she was a supply chain analyst at Reformation, and she taught me the importance of networking and developing thick skin. And then we had Patrik Eriksson, who was the president at Noble Biocare, and he showed me how important it is to lift others and be authentic. And I think that in order to thrive and develop both personally and professionally, the location is not as important as the company culture and what it stands for, because it's about being around authentic people who lift each other. Plus, some companies include traveling and are set up so that you can live and work in multiple locations.